10 feet off of Beale.
I don't know what that means.
Walking in Memphis.
Okay, there we go. 90s country.
Hey, listen. Some of the best music ever made in this country.
90s country.
No, came out of Memphis, Tennessee. Sun City. Or not Sun City, but Sun
You're throwing
Records.
some shade on Nashville there, Dad.
Hey, where do you think Elvis started?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bourbon Theory. I'm Josh.
I'm Bill. Itchy.
And today we're going to be reviewing some Old Dominick product.
Yeah, so I've heard of them, never had them.
Same here.
Heard good things.
Yeah. So they're out of Memphis, Tennessee. We have two lines of their product. They are discontinuing the Huling station as far as I know, because this is sourced product from MGP that was specifically distilled for them. So they chose the mash bill. They chose how long it wanted to be aged, the whole nine. So this is a single barrel store.
Contract distilled.
Contract distilled. Yep. Totally. But they had every bit of, this is what I want. Please make this. They got it. So this is a single barrel at 8 years old at 116.53 proof. And then this is their own distillate, and it's a cask strength Old Dominick at 6 years old at 122.34. 122.34.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone go to
that far as specific.
Yeah, to tenths and hundredths on their proofing.
Yep. Now this one does have
hundredths,
and this has a mash bill on it, and you're gonna like this mash bill. 52% corn, 44% rye, and 4% malted barley. So, without
they really tell you.
Yeah, super transparent. This is one of the most transparent distilleries that I have seen.
I did catch Josh nosing these out of the bottle, getting a head start on me while I was cleaning glasses. But
this Huling station has a beautiful nose.
The colors are outstanding.
Mine is so dark. This 8-year-old one, so dark.
Man, look at it clean.
Mm-hmm.
I did a great job cleaning those glasses.
Vanilla.
Yes.
Not much oak. Not much oak, just a little oak.
For an 8-year, that's kind of...
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a mash bill here. It is also 52% corn, 44% rye, and 4% malted barley.
You would think if that's how they had it made for them, that they would continue making it that way.
Yeah.
That's how they liked it.
Yep.
Otherwise, they were very indecisive.
Yeah. And this is cask strength as well. It just doesn't have it on the front of the bottle.
There's some spice there.
Yeah, just a touch. Not much. It's vanilla almost exclusively on the nose. Maybe a little bit of...
little wood.
Mm-hmm. Touch of oak.
Maybe a little nut. A little bit nutty. You think?
I'm going to take my first sip and then get a drop in there and see what I can pick up. Because the vanilla is overpowering everything for me right now.
It's quite a good nose.
I think that drink's a little hotter than 116.
Okay, you talk.
Closer to 120. So it's vanilla on the palate for me. There's oakiness. There's some spice. It's pepper spice on my palate. I'm going to go ahead and put my drop in here and let it meld for just a minute before I nose it for the second time. Vanilla, oak, pepper. There's a hint of something else in there.
Dry. It's dry. It's dusty.
Yeah. Yeah. That 44% rye doesn't...
It doesn't come through.
Yeah. I mean, it's there.
There's some rye. I mean, there's rye spice. It's pepper, like white pepper.
Yeah. The corn sweetness is still there.
A little, but it's not...
I think that's where the vanilla is more coming from.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's heavy vanilla on the nose.
Yes, on the nose.
And light on the palate.
Light on the palate.
Although the vanilla flavor does stick. I have that.
Oh, it's holding. It's a good coating.
Mm-hmm. I have it front, mid palate, vanilla, that oaky rye spice on the finish with just a touch of that vanilla sweetness.
It's a classic MGP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, high rye.
It's a classic MGP high rye mash bill. Yes.
Yep, there's something else in here on this nose after that drop.
That, it's got, what was the barley? Is low, right? Like 4, yeah.
4% malted barley.
That shouldn't be that dusty.
Well, sometimes rye can give you that dry, dusty note. There's another desserty type of smell.
Like
I'm
bread.
getting. Like a vanilla frosted cupcake or something like that. Like a sugary bread.
Maybe it's just like a bread. Yeah, it's like bread. It's just bread.
Yeah.
It's like a pound cake.
That's better. Yeah.
Okay, sweetness came through stronger after the drop of water. But the spice is there too. The spice moved forward on the tongue.
Yeah.
Oak is not as prevalent.
I have less sweetness for me.
Didn't last long.
No. Yeah, it was there and gone fast. Rye spice right there in your face.
But again, it muted back. It didn't last for long.
Mine's sticking. Not on the finish, though. Finish is not there anymore. Mid and front, it's still there.
I got the oak on the finish.
I have that dusty-ish
oak, yeah,
on the finish. Nothing heavy. I want to refresh myself here.
Good point. Good idea. Now it's going to be interesting to see how their distillate versus that classic MGP.
It took a while of swishing around in my mouth to get that out. All right, same mash bill. Aged in the same barrels, same kind of barrels.
It's a little thicker.
Yep.
It's a little younger too, isn't it?
2 years younger. And it's aged in Memphis.
So this is a 6-barrel batch on this one. They tell us that. Barrel entry was 110. So it came out at 122.
Yep.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Very sweet.
That rye spice is there.
Mm-hmm.
Not as oaky, which is to be expected
right.
with a product that's 2 years younger.
What is that sweetness? Caramel.
The rye is really masking a lot for me at the moment.
I think I can get under it. That's where I'm getting that caramel from. I'm not getting the vanilla.
I'm going to take my first sip so I can get a little drop in there. That is spice forward. Caramel on the palate. I don't get that bready note in this one. Man, that rye.
Oh, yes.
That rye. That is there.
Oh, yes. And it just keeps building. It's building and building and building.
Yeah, it's not fading. It is not fading at all.
Mm.
They're similar, and they should be.
They are similar.
And they should.
Well, the mash bill is there.
Yep.
So you got a difference in the water. You maybe have a little bit of difference in how they distilled.
The yeast might be different.
Could be using a different yeast. Although if they were contract distilling, they may have said, this is the yeast we want to use,
Yep.
so use it. I would expect that that's what they
That
did.
would do, yeah. Now, some places do age the barrels themselves. They do have the juice shipped to them.
And then,
So
yes,
they could have been aging both of these in the same locations.
could have been.
They do have a different profile. This is sweeter. And somehow, to me, less oaky than the 6.
I get more oak on that one, and a little bit. At least first sip. I've only had one sip of the old Dominick's branded.
I get more rye and more oak off of this.
I definitely get more rye off.
Yeah,
this
a
one.
lot more rye.
Can't say that the nose changed any.
No, it's pretty much the same. I'm gonna try and get like the tiniest little drop of water in the world. I think I succeeded. All right, 1 drop and a half drop here.
Man, that spice. And it just keeps coming.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps coming. That's good.
So hard to place. There's something on that nose that the rye is just overpowering.
All right. I've drank more, so now I'm just going to add one more drop. See if I can get that nose to come in.
This is really bugging me that I can't pick this up right now.
It's good. So right now, if I compare the two, this is the winner.
And if it was me right now, this is my winner. They're close though. You're picking up something else there, right?
Yeah, there's something else there.
I hesitate to say floral. It's maybe a little grassy. It's a raw, earthy kind of flavor.
Hay? Fresh mown hay? Alfalfa? You've probably never.
Not alfalfa, no. It does give me like, not cornfield necessarily, but that's I think the easiest image.
You know what? I think it's hay. I think it's hay.
It gives you that feeling like you're just walking through a farmer's field, and you're getting that
like a fresh mown hayfield.
Yeah. For me, it's almost like
we might smell it this weekend. We got a few acres over here to be cut.
Yeah, there's like a. It's almost like the soil, the soil where you're like when you're, for at least here in North Carolina, corn and soybeans. That's the rotation. So you're pulling different nutrients out of the soil with that.
Yeah, corn, wheat, soybeans. Yeah.
So it's like that once the crop is gone, that raw tilled earth smell you get to it is, I think, what I'm getting. But you have obviously had a lot more experience with a field, a crop field, so you would be able to place it better than I can.
Mown hay. Maybe it's been raked for the to get it turned, let it dry a bit.
The 2 years extra in the barrel on this one really dampened down the rye in comparison to this.
Yes.
Because this drinks as if it's a rye whiskey.
Yes, it does. So I kept a little of this one of the Huling station.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep wanting to say fueling station, but it'd be a heck of a good name for a bourbon.
My goodness, it's just such a.
Now see, when I go back to nosing this one, I get sweet, like almost chocolate now.
It's still vanilla for me.
Like milk chocolate now.
Yeah, I like this one more. It's close, though. It's really close.
It's close. I like this one more.
You give your ratings.
I like the rye spice a little bit more. B plus, C minus. But they
Okay.
are so close.
I go B plus B. They're right there together.
Yeah. They're buy them both.
And it could be just that
If you could find them, buy them both. So this one was a State Line Elite
store pick.
South Carolina store pick. I think we bought this one in the same store.
Same store.
Didn't we? It was just a on the shelf.
Yep.
But it is a cask strength. It was just on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, I would, definitely. We bought them both.
I would recommend if you are out there, buy them both. That down to State Line Elite.
Yes.
Even though they didn't let us film.
No, wouldn't let us film.
Yeah.
But these bottles of Rock Hill Farms you see on the shelf back here, I bought them there on the shelf. $29 or $39. Yeah, $29.99 or $39.99, something like that.
A long time ago.
Sometime.
Same labels, same bottles, and everything still.
Yeah. Instead of the $399 and $499 that I've been asked for them.
Man.
Since.
Yeah.
Or that I've been asked when I asked to buy them in stores recently.
Probably $600.
I was like, I'd pass. Hard pass.
Yeah.
So.
Well, old Dominick, first off, great job with your mash bill.
Yes.
Great job with your yeast. And I don't know if you aged this in your warehouse as the same as I'm sure you did with this one. The flavor that you're getting off of both of those at 8 and 6 years is just hard to beat.
And I want to say this because it may seem like the videos that we do, we always say, great job and this and everything. If you feel that way, go back and take a look at our Banker's Bourbon review.
Bankers Club.
Bankers Club, whatever
Bankers
it was.
Club.
Yeah.
And the old Scout video.
Yes.
That got a D.
Has that gotten out? Is that out yet? Well, it'll probably be out.
It'll be out by the time
by
we
the time
film.
this one
By
comes
this
out.
one comes out.
So,
Yeah.
And I love Old Scout. I do. That particular one, not so much.
Not so much.
So,
But Dave, old Dominick, we might be making a trip to Memphis.
10 feet off of Beale.
I don't know what that means.
Walking in Memphis.
Okay, there we go. 90s country.
Hey, listen. Some of the best music ever made in this country.
90s country.
No, came out of Memphis, Tennessee. Sun City. Or not Sun City, but
You're
Sun
throwing
Records.
some shade on Nashville there, Dad.
Hey, where do you think Elvis started?
That is true. Memphis, Tennessee.
Sun Records.
Well, guys, thanks for being with us. Can you find these bottles? Do you have other releases from Old Dominick? Let us know. What do you think about these ones if you got them? Head down to State Line Elite if you want some more. State Line Elite, South Carolina. And leave us a comment. Leave us a like.
Leave some comments.
Subscribe if you haven't. We'd appreciate it.
We heard
greatly.
recently from someone that we were costing them money because they were buying what we were showing.
Well, I gave them a reply and said, I think we might be saving you money from buying something that might be pretty bad.
That's exactly true.
We're saving the people money. We're buying the bad bottles so they don't have to. But these are good.
Yeah.
These are good.
So, all right. So, again, we promise our videos get better with time, just like bourbon.
Take care of yourselves.